Hey everybody, how you doing today? This is your Uncle Steve here in Uncle Steve's Lounge, and y'all know what week it is. Falcons Saints Hate Week Part 1. Really don't need to say a whole lot. Let's get to it. How it do? How it do? What is going on, everybody? Hopefully, everyone will chime in today as it is a Friday brunch here in Uncle Steve's Lounge. Glad to see y'all in the house. Appreciate y'all coming in. This is the Friday brunch. As y'all come in, make sure you like the video if you're on YouTube, on Uncle Steve's Lounge. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you're on Facebook, please hit the like button for me. Hopefully, everyone had an outstanding Thanksgiving. We had one here. Great eating, courtesy of my wife, Kira. Thank you, ma'am, and family. Appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. And now the stomach kind of settles back in, get back into this thing. Sunday, off the bye, Atlanta Falcons, New Orleans Saints, part 1 of Hate Week. Yes, I know y'all got some other hate weeks if you went to University of Georgia, if you went to Georgia Tech. Yes. But now it's time to talk about these Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta Falcons are reeling. They have been reeling. They were 4-3 on top of the world, on top of the NFC South. And now, 3 losses later, they find themselves solidly in second place, but 4-6 and not a lot of momentum. So, y'all know who's coming back. I love Desmond. Back at the starting position is Desmond Ridder. And you know what, folks? I have changed my ways for 1 week. And I have put on the whole armor of Desmond Ridderitis. And we're going to do this thing to get our guy motivated. Get our guy started up. Because we really need this win. I mean, quite honestly, we lose this game, and especially to our rivals, that's going to put not only a dent in the Atlanta Falcons season, but I can only imagine the dent that it's going to put in, into the fandom here in Atlanta. Had a rough couple of weeks, but you know what? Hopefully, all of that stuff is done. Arthur Smith recharges his batteries, get stuff started, and hopefully these Falcons can manage their way through this game against the Saints. A game in which a lot of people are thinking the Saints are going to run away with it. How are we going to do it? I actually don't know. But we need to change some things. Falcons Saints, probably the most underrated rivalry in the NFL, I would think. A lot of people don't put a lot of oomph into this rivalry, but definitely in the South, these guys have been going at it for a long time. And The record shows it. The Saints actually are up in the regular season. It's 53-54. Saints. Of course, Falcon fans now want to add the postseason win, which was a big win. But regular season, we're down one. 53-54. The Falcons have not won a home game against the Saints. Check this out. Since Debo intercepted that pass of Drew Brees in the end zone. Is that crazy? That we haven't won at home since then? You know, we had the big win coming off the bye against the Saints in New Orleans. But just like, wow. It's crazy. But we got a chance here to change the history and do some different things. Quite honestly, everybody has to play better. Not just Desmond Ridder, not just the offensive line, not just the skill players. Everyone has to play better. This is not going to be a one person that's going to win it thing. Defense has to play better. Coaching has to be better. You're going to have to pull out all the stops to win this game, folks. Because quite honestly, you're going to need it. And this fan base needs it. Fan base needs something to cheer about. I don't know how people are going to react coming back to the stadium after the Falcons have lost 3 straight. But I know one way you can get it started again. Let's get some wins on the board. And speaking of this Sunday, there will be a hip-hop celebration. Of course, everyone knows by now that all this year they've been celebrating 50 years of hip-hop. Started from the Grammys all the way this summer. Of course, now it's the Atlanta Falcons' turn to take the stage with their version of 50 years of hip-hop with a lot of local folks there. So it will be interesting to see. So that got me to thinking, in addition to talking about what's going to happen in this Falcons game, I want to hear your top 3 hip-hop acts of all time. Doesn't matter. They doesn't have to be the best of the best. Your favorite. Who are 3 of your favorite of all time hip-hop artists? I want to hear it. So in addition to talking about what these Falcons are going to do, very interested to hear where people lie in the hip-hop space here, especially in the Atlanta area. So here we go. Let's get to the chat, see what y'all talking about and where you guys are. Don Dre is here. What's up, Don? What's up, Dre? Say happy Thanksgiving. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. John Brooks says the Falcons. What's up, John? Said the Falcons should be called Can't Get Right for the movie Life. You've been looking at a thumbnail. Oh man. Hey Tilda, how you doing? Season's greetings. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. David Starks, what's going on? Say happy Thanksgiving to you and yours. Thank you, sir. Hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. Millie Mills is in the house. What's up, man? Appreciate it. Millie says, Unc, how many times has Jack Del Rio been fired? Man, he should just give up. His days are gone. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. That's crazy, right? I saw that this morning. Only thing that's kind of interesting to me is teams aren't afraid to get rid of people if they're not doing the job. Atlanta. Kind of interesting. Why? Why can't we? I mean, not advocating for people to just get fired just to meet a quota. But if things aren't going the way you're supposed to go, I mean, make some moves, y'all. 330, what's going on, brother? He said, Uncle Steve, I needed this buy. I hear you. Winston from the eye test, what's going on? Winston, they had a nice chat the other day. He and John Harris had a nice little forum on the eye test. Y'all make sure if y'all don't get a chance to on YouTube, please make sure you like the eye test on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. John Harris and Winston doing their thing on there. Appreciate you guys. David Stark says, I wish I could agree with you about us getting right against those bums, Steve, but I can't. If he starts both games against the Saints, I see us losing both games. Hope I'm wrong, but I mean, that's right now. I get it. There's so much that I want to put the stake as far as y'all know what? It doesn't matter, man. This the Saints, so let's just beat them just to beat them. But yeah, I must admit I'm a little concerned. Now, the word's been used frequently, reset. I hope they do. I hope this is a reset. I really do hope this is a natural reset for Desmond. And quite honestly, a reset for the rest of the team. The whole team needs this reset, not just him. The whole team needs this. You're coming off a bye. New Orleans is also coming off a bye. No Marshawn, Lattimore. No Michael Thomas. Derek Carr was cleared. Sounds like he's going to be quarterbacking. I almost like that more than I like Jameis Winston, because I think Derek Carr be more stationary in the pocket. And Jameis just always, I don't know what it is about Jameis, man. Crab legs always kill us. We could talk junk as much as we want to. He killed us in Tampa, and he killed us last year, if y'all remember the comeback. Need a lot. Millie's on the same boat. Say, please take advantage that Lattimore isn't playing. I hope so. Sean, what's going on, Turbo? How you doing, brother? Say, if we lose this game, they officially lead the all-time series against us. Now, again, a lot of people are not including the playoff win, but the Falcons actually are behind in the regular season as far as the matchup is concerned. It evens out because of the one postseason game. Don't get me wrong. I know people like including that, but 53 and 54 is what we are. And quite honestly, we've only won, 3 times in the last, 9 meetings? And the last sweep we had was the Super Bowl year. We almost messed that up in the last game. But we got to do whatever we can to turn this bad boy around. David says, I'll also be remiss if I don't mention that our head coach is 1-3 against our rivals. Yeah. Yeah. Dondre says, is Smith losing this game? He needs to be fired, hands down. I don't care who. Well, problem is, I think you missed a window of opportunity. They're not going to fire him after the bye now. I just don't see that. I just don't see it. David Starks throws up his 3 top hip-hop artists. He says Tupac, Notorious B.I.G., and Jay-Z. It's 3 good ones. D. Sloan is in here. What's going on, D? How you feeling? What's up, Happy at Thanksgiving. Hope you and the family enjoyed the feast. Let's go, Ritter. Let's go, Falcons. I love Desmond. Hey, man. We better start rooting for him. I'm telling you. I hope so. Ray, what's going on, brother? How you doing? Good to see you in the house. Thank you for joining us on Uncle Steve's Lounge. Again, as y'all coming in, make sure y'all come in and join the chat. That one Falcon fan, what's going on? Say, what's good, Happy belated Thanksgiving. As I said before, this is a prove-it game for Smith, Ragone, and Ritter. If all 3 fail, hire Ben Johnson as head coach, draft any QB, and hire Ken Dorsey as OC. It's interesting. The last 4? Mora, Petrino was his first time. Ike Smith was his first time. Dan Quinn was his first time. And Arthur Smith was his first time. I would like to see them, if it got to that, go to a coach with some experience. Let's see if Steve Wilkes feels like leaving 49ers. If Brian Flores can see what's going on. You know? So I don't know, man. Deontay.
Arthur Smith is a genius.
Deontay says, let's play the hits. He better be a genius this week. He knows that this is his 7-day. He has to turn it around in these 7 days. You must make the playoffs by hook or crook. Even if it's 8 or 9, you must make the playoffs if you're Arthur Smith. You got to. You've got to. Millie says, NWA because they started gangster rap. Okay, that's cool. Tupac because he was just generational. Lil Wayne because he led in a whole new era of rap. That's a good 3 right there too. That's not bad. Don't forget, y'all pull up your top 3 hip hop. Tupac, Ice Cube, and Jay-Z. Ice Cube is super underrated. Ice Cube was definitely underrated. Got through the army with a lot of Ice Cube. Ice Cube is something else. I kind of go back a little bit further, to be honest with you. A big fan of what Run DMC was doing back then. I'm not saying they were my favorite, but I don't want anybody to forget about some of the old school folks. KRS-One did his thing back in the day. I'm surprised a lot of people don't bring up Rakim, Eric B. and Rakim, because for a long time he was considered one of the best MCs in the game. But now I know as time goes on, people don't quite give them the love that they did. But man, that Eric B. is president. I mean, you talk about classics. He was the guy. And of course, giving love to all the Def Jam folks, LL Cool J, Beastie Boys. Definitely giving them all of their love. Eminem can't be denied his place in hip hop history. Probably the highest selling artist in hip hop. Boo Dog says, is Cool out for Sunday's game? He was questionable yesterday, and they signed the kicker to the practice squad. His back was hurting. So I'm pretty sure today, which they should be coming out with the injury list here pretty soon if they haven't already. I know they said if he's not able to go, they'll be able to sign him. But yes, he it's a possibility he might not be ready, but I got a feeling because he was limited yesterday that they might be able to here. See. Injury report. Matter of fact, I'm on AtlantaFalcons.com right now and pulling up their report. This is as of this was yesterday. So waiting for today, see what they say. I am a person. What's going on? Say, what's up, man? Lots of people think it's time to set up for the draft. But if you can find a way to pull this one off Sunday, you are in the driver's seat for this division. May only take 8 or 9 wins. I'm going to tell you something. I'll take whatever we can take, man. I'll take whatever we can take. I don't care if we're 8 and 9. We get in the playoffs, we get in the playoffs. I'm not one of those people that's at this point, I'm so starved for winning in this franchise. I'll go in at 8 and 9. So what? We're in. I know a lot of people don't like doing that. We need to win this game. We need to win the division. We need to get a feeling of winning back in this organization, and especially over the Saints. The Saints, I just really don't.
I just don't like the Saints.
I just have a disdain for the Saints. And I know a lot of people, Saints, they're closest, nah. And notwithstanding everybody, I know a lot of people got relocated here during hard times, and I get it, and God bless you, and hope everything is whatever, but don't come up here to talk about your team. cares about the Saints? Talk about the Saints, then want to get sympathy. Well, we didn't know. Then shut up then. You could have gone to Houston. Don't. That's the way I feel. David says, to your Wilkes and Flores point, who they hire on their offensive staffs, because with Flores to look at Tua now when he was head coach is night and day. That's true. Wilkes wasn't given a chance with Rosen. So I don't know. Yeah, and Wilkes' situation was kind of weird too. It really was. Jeremy Cox in the house. What's up, brother? He says, NWA, Public Enemy, Run DMC was my childhood. Beasties, honorable mention. You know what? Public Enemy is another one. Chuck D and his MCing skills back then. I mean, it's hard to quantify unless, and I know a lot of folks immediately run to Tupac and Biggie and Jay-Z, and I get it, because that was commercial. But a lot of these cats, as a matter of fact, all three of the, well, Run DMC was a little commercial. The NWA and Public Enemy, I know MWA had a #1 album, but they weren't playing it. They didn't even try to put the beats in. So I love that people are giving them their love with this, especially Public Enemy. Public Enemy changed the whole game. They were at that hype right when Do the Right Thing came out. Fight the Power. Welcome to the Terror Dome. Woo! Hey, Scott Glover, what's up, man? He says, Outkast, J. Cole. All right. And CeeLo Green. CeeLo came with a different flow. All that stuff with Organized Noise. They own to something different. That's a whole different movement that truly touched the musical part of me, because I'm more musical a lot of times with songs. And everything Organized Noise was doing at that time, going into the 2000s, just like everything. That stuff was nice. My son was talking about J. Cole the other day. I don't feel J. Cole as much, but I know a lot of people do. So I'm more proud to it. What's up, Eric? How you doing, sir? Good to see you. Hope your Thanksgiving was well. Ghost Peppers is in the house. What's up, sir? What's up, good Falcon fam? Arthur Smith, Wally Coyote.
Arthur Smith is a genius.
Y'all still not giving my boy Arthur his love. God dog it. Arthur say he about to go on a 6-game winning streak. Okay. Hey, Francis, how you doing? What's going on? Say, I'm praying that Desmond will come out executing plays along with both sides playing like the team we expected them to be and make us proud, because we are still here. And we here. We ain't going nowhere. We're not going anywhere. But come on and give us a win, y'all. Come on, dig deep. Put it all out there. Give me this win. Give me this win, and then we can go from there. We need this win this week, because we just don't like them cats. Because, you know, everybody this week, they've been talking about the Falcons. You know what they say? You can't win. Everybody. The defense not looking that good. You can't win. Desmond Ridder back at quarterback. You can't win. Arthur Smith flip-flopping back and forth with quarterbacks with his awesome play calling. You can't win. That's what everybody's saying. But I want it different. I want something different. I want us to go out and say, you know what? The Falcons, when their backs were against the wall at 4-6 and they had a chance to do something, now they can do it. We were in the same position last year. Same position. And we skidded off the road. Let's see if we can correct that this year. Let's see if we can do it. Marina, what's up, man? Said Falcon report, one player ruled out for week 12 against Saints. Matt Hollis will miss Sunday's game. Tyler Heineke is questionable, and Younghoe Koo did not receive a game designation. I think they'll probably wait until the exact last minute for him. I think that's the call. Thank you, sir. I appreciate the update on that. Deontay says, you know what, you hit the nail on the head. I understand that teams want to find the next innovative head coach, but there's nothing wrong with looking for a coach with experience. I mean, I guess, Deontay, I'm saying you tried new blood 5 straight times. I'm not saying you didn't have some success. I still think to this day Mike Smith was the best hire Arthur Blank has made in his tenure, and I think we got rid of him too quick, in my opinion. But Dan Quinn, you cannot deny what he did 16 and 17. In some ways, you'll say 15 by changing the culture a little bit. But Arthur Smith, we have not waited 3 years for a coach to make the playoffs ever. Well, I can't say ever. Well, since the 80s. If they haven't done it by then, they're gone. So I need Arthur Smith to just get it up. Let's get rolling. Her brother Joseph in the house. What's going on, man? He says Run DMC, LL Cool J, and MC Hammer. I'm gonna tell you what, man. That's another one, Joe. MC Hammer, and I think I've been on this soapbox before. MC Hammer never got the love. And I when you start talking about commercial, MC Hammer was very commercial and wasn't ashamed of it. But at the time that he was commercial, there was so many folks that crapped on him because of the way he was doing it. He was a quote unquote sellout. He had the cartoons, he had the ads, he had the TV show, he had all of that stuff. And you know what hip hop people were saying? Oh man, you're not true to the game. You're not whatever. You're not this. Man, these days rappers come out. They come out with a song 1 month later. They got a shoe deal or a clothing line. If it wasn't for MC Hammer showing you how commercial you could be, this hip hop generation would have been lost. He did. He paved the way. I laugh at a lot of the folks, the Ice Cubes, the Public Enemies, the folks like, oh, they were Dog and Hammer. You turn around now, they more commercial than he ever was. Reality shows, all of that. MC Hammer was a straight pioneer for that. And he should get his love. Deontay says, then if we bring in an OC, the head coach may actually let him call plays. Yeah, that's true. Millie Mill says, if we can get into the playoffs, I truly think we can upset someone, Seahawks, 49ers. Let me tell you something. The NFC is wide open. I stand on that. As y'all saw yesterday, Detroit can be had. Green Bay had nothing to lose. Tell you what, Green Bay, that offensive line, man. Woo. They can't run block to save their life, but boy, Jordan Love. Did y'all see the time he had? I don't think I heard Hutchinson's name all day yesterday. The time he had in the pocket to get that. Woo! So any team, y'all, any team, any day. That's why I say for people that say, why you want to make the playoffs knowing we're going to get, no, not this year. Even Philly and San Francisco have some vulnerabilities. Now, I'd say those are the two best teams in the NFC by far. But Seattle, Detroit, if we had another chance at them, Dallas, don't let Dallas fool you. Dallas do all that mess. That score was 20-10 going into the third quarter. Going into the fourth quarter. Then it just all came unhinged. Dallas is okay, but Dallas can take some hits too. I'm not drinking the Dallas Kool-Aid. Untavius, what's going on, man? Say, hope you and your family had a blessed Thanksgiving. It's also my 36th birthday. Happy birthday, brother. Y'all wish Antavius a happy birthday. 36. Man, I wish I could go back. Scott says, don't forget about Field Mob. Oh, yeah. That's a good one. Jeremy says, if Smith calls a good game and beats the Saints, I'll shut up. But for now, we need a true head coach with 2 actual play calling coordinators. I've always thought too many people want to follow the Belichick, because Belichick was the one that kind of brought that back into chic, where you calling the plays and you're the head coach. But he's kind of one of a kind. One person to overlook stuff, like Dan Campbell, have your coordinators on both sides. You manage the game. You if something you don't like, you kind of stick your nose in. Let the coordinators handle. I agree with you 100%. Travis, what's up, man? He says Outkast, Wu-Tang Clan, and NWA. Love Outkast. Love Outkast. Love Andre 3000. Whether he's spitting rhymes or spitting into a flute. Either way. James, what's going on, man? Said, but who can remember Rappers Delight? It came out my senior year in high school. These games are a win out, man. If you didn't know all the words to Rappers Delight, you were I mean, I'm trying to see how far is it. Hip hop, hippity hip hip, however don't stop, rock it to the bang bang, boogie say up, jump the boogie to the rhythm to the boogie beat. Skippity doo dot, you rock, shooby doo. And guess what? America, we love you. Or let it rock and a roll in a silver soul. We can rock to the 101 years old. I don't mean to brag. I don't mean to what a light hot butter on a breakfast stove. Or rock it out. A baby boy. And I know that's the second verse before some of y'all say, you skipped the whole first verse. Deontay says, I hope Koo's not out. He's the only one I'm waiting for my 4 pick. Oh, wow. Oh, man. Travis says, Arthur Smith.
Arthur Smith is a genius.
You know you can say it, man. You can say it, brother. ATL LLS, what's going on, man? Say Jay-Z is number 1 for me, but some groundbreakers for my generation are Outkast, Missy, and Eminem. As for the Falcons, I see the Aints trotting out Taysom Hill to murder us as per usual. Hate that guy. Yeah. Yeah. Taysom Hill is definitely one of those guys that when you see him come in the game, it's like a collective groan comes into the crowd. Not this cat. Not this guy. Because he absolutely kills us. Yeah. I agree with you 100%. Eric says he was very commercial, plus he sampled too many classic ripoffs, classic hits to rap off of. He did, if you're talking about Hammer, and I think that's what you're talking about. But again, that was the game, though. I mean, let's not act like Rappers Delight. That was one of the first big lawsuits to happen. Nile Rodgers and Bernard Edwards, they sued the mess out of Sugar Hill Records for sampling Good Times. That was a big hit for them. And then to have somebody just put it on the record and say, aha, we did it. So yeah, I hear you. Super Freak. Prince got a piece of it. He got a piece of Pray, which I think was his biggest hit. And they had to come back. He had to come back and pay the piper. Don't get me wrong. But unfortunately, that was the culture. That's the culture at the time. Now, at least a lot of those guys are getting their credit and things like that. Oh, okay, Bobby, I see you. Boo Dog, okay, I got you, brother. It changed my profile like the Falcons over the bye week. Looking for a change. Oh man. You looking for a change like the Falcons. We really didn't have a chance to talk about it that much. I know I talked about it on Monday. But the return of Desmond. So we gotta it's I don't know. I know a lot of people aren't happy with that, but it is what it is. It is what it is. David Starr says, we are looking at our 9th losing season in 12 years in the eye right now. Something must change. And I know I now have to ask the question, the owner, because he's been the one constant through 3 head coaches and 2 GMs. It's fair. I'm still holding out for my boy Arthur because I still think Arthur has done more good than bad. And we've been to the playoffs, believe it or not, more in his tenure than the Smiths were in their whole, what, how many years did they make it? 40, 50, 40, 40 something. So, you know. David also says in Dallas and beat a team above 500. Yeah, that's true. Michael, what's going on, brother? Say every other team but us can win on any day. Truth. Hope you had a great turkey day. You too, brother. I hope you did too. Uh Travis, what's going on, man? Y'all make sure y'all check my brother Travis out on Saturdays, man. Him and the brother Pops and Henry Brothers comes on Saturday, I think 4 o'clock. Correct me if I'm wrong, brother. But y'all make sure y'all check them out on YouTube. Put your link on throw your link into the chat, Travis, so people can check you out. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel and make you laugh. Old Pops ride high with his Dallas Cowboys love and everything. David Starks, what's going? I'd say I know David. I was going to somebody else, David. I'd say you threw me off by missing the first verse of Rapper Stuff. Yeah, man. See, I was all into the hip hop. Now, what you hear is not a test. I'm rapping to the beat. And me, the groove, and your friends are gonna try to move your feet. See, I am Wonder Mike, and I'd like to say hello to the black, to the bright, the black to the brown, the red, and something purple and yellow. But first, I gotta bang bang, go boogie to the boogie, say up, jump the boogie, red. Yeah, there. That's enough. Does that qualify me for my hip hopness? What's going on, Berto? How you doing, my friend? Y'all make sure y'all check my brother Berto out on 95 North Falcons Talk Show. He is the man. I will be meeting up with that brother, whether we win or not this week. I'll be going up to the cold confines. At least I hope it's not too cold. And checking out these Falcons against the Jets next week. Hopefully, they'll bring us some good stuff. Say good afternoon, Uncle. Excited to see what the reset has in store for our Falcons this Sunday. Hoping you and the family had a great Thanksgiving. You, of course, as well, sir. Hope your family had a great Thanksgiving. And all of you, hopefully everyone had an awesome Thanksgiving. Dre, what's going on, man? Good to see you, brother. Hope, again, this goes to you too. Hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving and enjoyed yourself. Actually had some football today, y'all. Got some Black Friday football. Jets in Miami. That ought to be pretty good. Hopefully we get to see some good playing this week. So I know this is a little on the sensitive side when we start talking about these Saints, because I know the Saints, this just, I don't know. It hits different. I don't want to lose this game to the Saints. I'm a talk junk person. And if we're not able to win this game, it's going to be a long week. So I do want to know how you think, to be honest, folks, how do you think we're going to fare this week against the Saints? You don't have to say, I think we're going to lose so and so, but how do y'all think we're going to fare in this game? It's a fair question. What do you think? And don't forget, your top 3 hip hop artists or act of all time. Top 3. That's in honor of the pregame show that's coming on the Falcons game this Sunday. Pasta Girl, what's going on? Say the real question is, if Arthur Smith coming back next year, what receiver are we taking in the first round next year? Brock Powers. Look, let me tell you something. We not taking. Look, as much as I love Brock Bowers, I don't see us taking any tight ends in the top 10 anytime soon. Let's just say that. Dre Anthony says we got to win these next 4 to make for sure to make a statement. I hear you. I want to start with 1. Please start with 1. Mini 95 North. What's going on, man? How you doing? Everything going all right? Did they feed you, man? I hope they did. You let me know if they gave you some food. I know Berto be probably taking the plate and everything like that. Make sure you got you some Got you some grub in there. Let me know. Let me know if he hauled the plate. Foster girl said, "What's the longest you could eat Thanksgiving food? Me one day." It's so funny. I think this year, and my wife and I had talked about it before, as far as making so much food that it's lasting into the weekend. I know a lot of people do that where it kind of goes on. I think we're at a point where we'll do the next day, which is today, and pretty much think after that we'll probably be gone. I don't think we're all the way through the weekend anymore, but that's a good question. That's a good question because a lot of times that food will stay in there, and then you turn around and look on Monday, and you're like, "Man, that's a lot of food." Dre says we should win by two touchdowns. We should, but I mean, are we? Because y'all already know your boy is back. Arthur Smith said it. He told us. He did. He had a press conference. Y'all didn't hear the press conference? It's a press conference from Arthur.
It was a day in November, a day I'll always remember. Yes, I will. That was the day they said Dad's coming back. I got a chance to see him. Didn't like a lot of things about him. Coach, I'm depending on you to tell me the truth. Coach Arthur just hung his head and said, Desmond is our only hope. If he don't win, they'll hang me by a rope. And if he fails, all they left me is alone. Come on now. Desmond is our only hope.
That was actual commentary from the press conference this week where Arthur Smith named Desmond Ridder quarterback. I know Arthur sounded a little different on that. But, Carlo says, we gonna pull it off. It's too much riding on the line. Well, you know what, Carlo? I want to believe that. But in my opinion, my friend, it was a lot riding on the line 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, and the last week when we played Arizona. We're not in a position to overlook anybody. We're not in a position to say guaranteed wins. So quite honestly, I hear you when they say too much is riding on the line. It is, but it was 2 weeks ago. It was 3 weeks ago. Deontay says, I don't know if it's because of the trauma and delusion that comes with being in this lifelong toxic relationship with the Falcons, but I do expect a different team come out of the bye. And just to settle the fan base down, folks, because the overall thought from the fan base, you can't win. That's not even us as fans that don't like the team. But if you saw the way we lost against Tennessee, the way we lost against Minnesota, the way we lost against Arizona, what do you think? The fans are only reacting to what's being shown. And what is being shown, you can't win. So I don't want us to get into that situation, especially to the sorry Saints. I have Saints fans already hitting me up, already dogging me out. We're in first place. You know we're going to do this. And the whole time they talking, I'm just listening on the phone. And Marina says, I think their defense is going to light Ridder up, and he's going to cost us a game. It's funny. I was looking at ESPN. One of the guys said the same thing. Berto says, I firmly believe that we are going to stack well against the Saints. It's all going to be on Nielsen. This game was circled on the calendar when the schedule came out. Yeah, for Nielsen, it's personal. And I'll tell you what. Y'all tell me if y'all agree or disagree. I'd rather see I'd rather see Derek Carr than Jameis Winston. Tell me if you disagree with that. I think Derek Carr is going to try to kill us in the pocket. Derek Carr is not going to shrug us off and run 20 yards down the field, which has been our bugaboo the last couple of games. And I think Jameis is no athletic freak, but he seems to shrug us off all the time. I think I would almost rather see Derek Carr. David says Ritter turns the ball over at a critical juncture and costs us the game. Hopefully I'm wrong. He plays a clean game, 250, passing 2 or more touchdowns. But that one Falcon said we sweeping the South. Well, we can do it. We can. Minute 95, telling all the scoop. He said that selfish father of mine shared with us all the food. That was so good, man. My dad's collard greens are top tier. You know what? I believe that. I think me and him had a conversation and he said he can cook. I know y'all probably had some good grub, man. You know I'm just messing with him. Juan Solo's in the house. What's going on, man? Hope you had a great Thanksgiving too. JJ the Great is in here. JJ, how you feeling, brother? Travis says you didn't have to do that to Otis, Blue, and Dennis. Was like, what are you talking about? That was me, Berto, Smitty, and Big Low. What you talking about? Oh, man. JJ says, I have a feeling we win this game, but I'm not confident. That's probably what most of the fans feel right now. It's not a confidence level right now. It's not. But I understand it. What have we been given to show that we're confident, that show that you're confident? Bobby says 17-10, ATL, Kilo, UKG, and the ATL hard heads. UGK, I should say. UKG. UGK. I love that song with Andre that they do. I love that one. Turbo says, Outcast, J. Cole, another J. Cole. Devin, that dude, honorable mention to Pastor Troy. Pastor Troy is pretty. I love how Pastor Troy represents for the city. And Gucci Mane, I'm so icy. I can listen to that song all day. Oh, man. Dixon Way in the house. What's going on, brother? Dixon Way been holding it down. Happy holidays, everyone. The song is top tier. Man, I hope we win, but I'm not confident we can win. Yeah, I hear you. Because as much as we all have this same feeling, I just don't like the Saints. I'm not sure we can beat the Saints. And I really don't. I really don't. It's hard. JJ says, I won't be confident in this team until we get a new head coach and a quarterback. And I know everybody's talking quarterback. I know a lot of people are mad because, why y'all talking about a quarterback? We got 7 games left. Have y'all seen the last couple of games? Have y'all seen the 2023 season? I love Desmond. I mean, have you really seen it? Are you playing around or have y'all really seen it? JJ says, I agree 100%. Uncle, I'm more scared of Winston than Carr. Yep. Berto says it too. David says as well, said definitely rather see Carr than Winston. Jameis kills us. Say what you want. Say what you want about having sticky fingers with them crab legs in Publix. Jameis kills us all the time. All the time. That's my brother in the house. What's going on, Tidy? How you doing? Y'all make sure y'all check out Atlanta Bird Gang in the building. Like and subscribe. That's my brother right there. He says his top 3 are Tupac, Andre 3000 of Outkast, and my third person is ever changing, so I'll leave it blank, just like Arthur. Arthur Smith is a genius. Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Falcons 17-24 over the Baghead Saints. Another one. I just don't like the Saints. I'm telling y'all. That's my exact feeling. That one Falcon fan says, who cares about the Aints quarterback? Whoever it is, we would give them the welcome to the Atlanta smack in the face.
I just don't like the Saints.
I hear you, brother. But we should care about who the quarterback is. Let me make it clear. I'm not trying to tell you either one of them are world beaters, but look at the track record with Jameis Winston, folks. Jameis Winston always plays us well. So I hear you when you say you don't care. It's almost like saying I don't care if Drew Brees in his prime played against us. Yeah, you care because he beat us all the time. Jameis beats us more than he loses. I know everybody, oh, remember the interception with Devo? Yeah, I remember. I also remember earlier that year, he beat us too. JJ says Jameis plays like prime Brett Favre against us. He does. He does. That's just a fact. ATLAX. I'd rather see Carr and Crab legs over Taysom Hill. Man, yeah. Oh, my God. Taysom Hill. And he always got that big, cheesy look on his face on the sideline. I really don't like Taysom Hill. Foster says, question, if you're Terry, how would you handle AJ contract in the offseason? I mean, I think AJ deserves to be here for a little bit. I really think we should get him to his second contract. I think AJ is a very good cornerback. He's had some ups and downs as most cornerbacks. You know, the guy is so funny. Speaking of which, I'm trying to tie this in. The guy who set the record yesterday for pick sixes, Bland was getting torched in that game before that play. It was a couple of plays he was behind him. But of course, when you see everyone sees the pick six and we like all pro. Same thing with Stefan's brother, Diggs in Dallas last year. Double-digit interceptions. That's awesome. But take a deep dive for real and go see. Go look at him. I know he's hurt this year, but go look at those games a lot last year. Very opportunistic, very much a ball hawk, but that doesn't necessarily mean he's the greatest. I'll take Stephen Gilmore over him. I'll take Gilmore over him all day, but he's going to get the highlights because he did the pick sixes. I'm not trying to tell you he's a scrub. I'm just saying, whatever. But anyway, going back to AJ, I think you sign AJ. I think you sign AJ, find any way you can to see what you can do with Okuda this year, and you try to keep that tandem together. I know a lot of people soured on AJ a lot, but AJ is better than most. I think if AJ left here, I think we would feel that void. We would feel it, FEEL. We would feel the void. Travis says, definitely David over Winston, and Taysom is one of those that scares me because with his dual threat ability, he kills us all the time. Remember the year he started both games against us and beat us? As a matter of fact, he was gone those 4 or 5 games. We were the only 2 teams he beat. Oh, my bad. He beat Denver because remember all the team had COVID and barely beat them. Berto says Derek Barnett is set to clear waivers with the Falcons, make a move. I would love to see the Falcons do so. He's a prototype for Nielsen and his scheme. I would like to see that too. I would not mind seeing them ask about maybe Shaq Leonard as well. I think a lot depends on what we do after this week. Because let's face it, I just don't think it's a good idea to start signing folks prior to, trying to see how good you're going to be going into, week 13. You're going to be a 4-7 team and pick up somebody. That's just more money you picking up. I don't think that's a smart idea. But as far as Derek Barnett, yeah, I took a look at him. Mike says fans have a short memory that Ritter was benched. Now they view him like Mahomes. There you go again. Mike, every time you start talking, man, there's something real bad about Ritter. And I have to remind you at all times.
I believe Des can fly.
Believe in Ritter.
I believe Des can touch the sky.
He even got his jersey on today.
Think about it almost every day.
He's taking us to the heights.
Des can do anything.
Okay, maybe like Lincoln Heights.
I believe Des can score.
He can score anytime.
If he doesn't fumble on the floor.
Just got to stop those turnovers.
I believe Des can fly.
Mike, I need you to believe.
I believe Des can fly.
Reach out. Reach out, brother.
I believe Des can fly.
Oh, man. ATL LAX says that smirk he always has. So smug. Yeah. I can't stand a Taysom Hill when he. But he has a way. He has a way of killing us every time. Every time. Mike says we know Taysom Hill will get the ball. And we won't stop him or Winston. That's why I don't want to see. That's why I don't want to see Jameis. We're going to see Taysom. You can bet your bottom dollar. He probably started salivating going up there. Travis says we have a good chance to beat the Saints. Division games can go either way. This is more about than just beating the Saints. It's about turning the season around and hopefully getting back on track.
I just don't like the Saints.
It is more about that. It is. It just so happens that the Saints are a roadblock to what we have to accomplish. We play them now. We play them at the end of the year. Everyone's right. We have a 2-0 record in the division. You mess around and beat the Saints Sunday. I really don't have good vibes about that Jets game because that defense, man. The Jets defense is a quarterback away from being nasty. So that's a toss-up for me. But if you can come home, win the Saints game, and then come home after the Jets and beat Tampa Bay, you could have a nice soft landing in the NFC South. You could. Not saying it's going to happen, but you could. Travis says, I believe Des can fly. I believe Des be inside. I might have to change that. Foster says, they might pull you from your seat and kick a couple of field goals. Kuz's back is hurt. Yeah, I know. They signed the guy. And if I'm not mistaken, I think it's the same guy that they signed earlier this year. But I haven't received today's report. That was yesterday's report about his back was hurt, but I haven't seen anything yet. So as soon as we see something, we'll try to update you and let you know. I'm sorry. RJ ATL for life. What's going on, brother? Say happy Friday, Uncle Steve. Hope you had a blessed Thanksgiving. Hope your Desmond Ritter fly song is on the Southern Silk track. I just played it, my brother. I know it. You're gonna have to release that EP sooner or later with a lot of the hits. King Richie, what's going on, man? Say, I hope your day. Man, I hope we get this win. It would be good team momentum. We need it, man. We need to have this momentum. We got to. I really think winning this game could set us up for a lot of good karma going forward. Anthony, what's going on, sir? I was going to the Jets game, but the SEC championship is that weekend, so I backed out. I hear you, Georgia, Alabama, one more time. It would be nice if Georgia could get that win I really don't feel, barring we take care of business against Tech. Don't never overlook your rivalries, but they should take care of Tech. But I still think win or loss, if they go undefeated into the SEC championship game, I don't think it's any way that they're going to kick Georgia out of the top 4. I don't think it will, especially if Alabama beats them. I don't think they will. Alabama is needy of this game more than we are. Facebook user says Sunday is the make or break for this season, period. That's the way I look at it. I think that's bottom line, folks. We got to do our best to get this win. Got to do what we got to do. No doubt. I am going to shut it down for the day. Hopefully, I'll be coming back on Sunday somewhere around 7:30 after the games have been played, and we'll be talking about an Atlanta win that particular day. I really do believe the Falcons, we really need this one, folks. So get your praying towels out, your prayer blanket, your prayer closet. Let's get these boys some divine intervention. I do, in my heart of hearts, I think this is going to be a close game. I think it's going to come down to the end. Falcons 24-21. That's what I'm going to go with. And hopefully our buddy Desmond has a great game, and we're not talking about any 4-game losing streaks. Hopefully that's the case. Until the end, folks.
It was a day in November.
We'll see y'all on Sunday.
I'll always remember
at the game.
That was the day.
Hopefully.
They said they're coming back.
These boys come through. Until then, y'all have a great Friday, Saturday. Take care now.
Didn't like a lot of things about him. Coach, I'm depending on you to tell me the truth. Coach Arthur.